Now, this particular verse cannot be applied to Manalo
That's true.
and to other religious leaders in our times. How will you
Yes.
apply this to Kibuloy?
You cannot, Brother Eli, because he's not working. He's just being supplied by his members.
And
everything
how
that he
can
needs.
they claim that they have no certain dwelling places?
They have
They have
mansions.
palaces and mansions.
Yes.
And one of them have 7 rest houses scattered all over Asia.
Oh,
How can you say that this will fit these people?
it will not, of course.
Unto this present hour we both hunger and thirst and are naked and are buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. Now, if they are going to ask, will that fit, Brother Soriano? Certainly.
Certainly, it will
Up to
fit.
now, I have no certain dwelling place.
That's true.
I'm living in a room owned by me, but I have donated it to the organization, sister.
That's true, Brother Eli.
You see
It
that?
surely fits you, these verses.
And according to Paul, we labor working with our hands up to this time. Even though I am now old, Sister Luz, I say that I am old because I'm almost 60 years old.
But still you're working.
But still, I work day and night in order to sustain my needs in propagating the gospel of our Lord Jesus Christ. But this will not happen, and this will not fit other religious leaders in this country.
Yes, it will
They are
not.
enjoying life to the fullest
In luxury.
in luxury. They are well fed,
Yes.
well taken care of by their members.
That's
In
right.
fact, the opposite happened to them. Aren't going to ask me
What's that, Barry? What do you mean?
the opposite of what the Bible tells us happened to these people. Let us read 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 14.
Behold, the third time I am ready to come to you, and I will not be burdensome to you, for I seek not yours, but you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children.
Who is the parent in that verse that was written by the Apostle Paul? He stand in the place of the parents. He said to the Corinthians, this is the third time that I am coming to you. But I will not be a burden to you. He will not put the burden of his trip to the members, sister.
Yes, Brother Eli.
Not just not like other religious leaders that when they travel, the burden is on the
Shoulder of the members.
of the members.
Yes.
See, when the Pope in Rome came to the Philippines, the government spent some 25 million for his welcome. Sisters.
So
The
that's
burden
nice.
is laid down
For the children.
to the children. And what is worse is not all taxpayers are Roman Catholics.
Oh, I see.
But
Yes,
they
Brother Eli.
spend the money of the government in spending so much for their Pope when he comes. The Apostle Paul, as a leader of the group of Christians in the first century Christian church, visit members, Sister Lee.
Yes.
But this is the third time that I am coming to you, he said. I will not be a burden to you, for I seek not yours but you. For the children ought not to lay up for the parents, but the parents for the children. See? That's why I said, it's the opposite of this is happening to the
them.
pastors and religious leaders of our times. Why? The members are burdened in shouldering the luxuries of their leaders. They have their own airplanes.
Yes.
They have their own cars, mansions, villas, etc. all over the world. That's how
right.
rich they are.
Yes, that's true.
And
The
the burden
members.
rests on the members. It is not like what,
Paul have done.
yes, in the true church. So may I say with all humility, sisters, that if Paul had boldly written this to the members in Corinth, may I also say that I am not a burden to the members of this group.
Yes, that's true.
In fact, I am not salaried here. I am not receiving any salary. I am not receiving any. I depend on the grace of God with my toils and labor for my subsistence and the needs of my immediate relatives, sisters, and those people who are depending on me.
And we are witnesses to that, Barely.
So, to qualify to be called as the people of God, there are so many things that you have to consider in the scriptures. And one of those, so many things, and the foremost of all, is the teachings in the church. What are the teachings in the true church of God? Not being taught or not being preached in the other churches in the Philippines and anywhere else in the world. That will be our next topic, sister.
Okay.
Which will differentiate the true group that the people or the God of the Bible calls His people. It will differentiate them from the other groups that do exist in our time.
Yes.
That will be our next topic, God willing.
Okay, so that's all. Thank you very much, Barely. Thank you very much, friends. So please stay with us as we continue this topic next time on our program.